Bam! Hello everyone and welcome to VA All The Way. Welcome to another VA All The Way tour. It has been a hot minute since I did one of these, but I'm finally at a place where I have just enough time and it's just small enough to be able to do the whole thing. Hopefully within 10 minutes. Let's go. Here we go. We are in Portsmouth, Virginia right now at Fort Nelson Park. Woo! Fort Nelson Park. So this is actually a very, very small park, which is why we're allowed to do this, because once again, I am limited on the amount of space that is on my phone. But like I said, we are in Portsmouth, Virginia at Fort Nelson Park. This is the entirety of the park, okay? Very, very small park, not a park to travel from miles and miles away to come to. But if you're already in Portsmouth, great park to just take a walk at. If you go to High Street, you can actually walk to this park. It is within an acceptable amount of distance to get here. So at this park, they have these random factoids for you guys, for you history nerds out there. If you want to learn a bit more about Portsmouth Naval Hospital, Portsmouth whatever, there's a bunch of different factoids that they have. There's these different cannons and machinery things and statues and stuff in the area. And yes, we are here at Fort Nelson Park, which was erected October 2006. And yeah, let's just begin the tour. So, like I said, this is in Portsmouth, Virginia. And you're going to get a bunch of random factoids. Always nice to learn about Virginia history. Specifically, it's going to be Portsmouth history. This dude is a beast. I don't know if you nerds out there were in a Gundam, but I imagine this is one of the things that they were like locked and loaded with. Because, oh my goodness, what does that say? This thing says, weight 49,000 pounds. Good lord. All right. Give you guys a front look. Bam, look at that. Scary. Some more facts over here. So like I said, this is the entirety of the park. And so it's just one little circle that you can walk around. Pretty nice. Several benches. A little bit of grass so the kids can run around and play if they want to. And a couple of random statues that I'll show you later. As in a few seconds. So like I said, it's been a minute since I did one of these guys, so I am out of practice. I apologize. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to try to switch back and forth between me and between showing where I am. But yeah, VA All The Way is not dead, and hopefully these tours can actually start happening in real life. So let me know if you'd be interested in participating in a group tour with me, like in real life. Like we could be at this park right now just touring it up and just talking. So talking VA, you guys know I like to talk some VA, so let me know if you'd be interested. But here is one of the things that is here at Fort Nelson Park. Very interesting, very gold. And moving on, there's more factoids over there, so you can enter from over there or you can enter from over there. And like I said, for those of you who love history, make sure you're reading these things as you're walking around the park. And you never know what your kids are going to grow up to be, so maybe some of them are going to be historians. So just do your best to try to foster that creativity, try to foster that yearning for knowledge and learning. So just take them to stuff like this and enable them to read. If they can't read yet, you can read it to them. See what they might be fascinated in. Maybe they're fascinated in naval stuff. Maybe they're just interested in Portsmouth. You never really know. So make sure you're doing interactive stuff with your kids, because this is something super easy you can do. Really nice. You just take a little walk. So you get some exercise and the kids get to get out as well. So let me know how you guys like the style of these VA All The Way tours. Let me know if you want them to be more like I'm talking, or if you want it to be more walking and enjoying the area, because I'm not quite sure of the proper balance yet. We're still just figuring this out. And also the camera does this weird awkward thing when I switch on my phone where it pauses, and I don't like my face when it pauses. So we're still working on the schematics of it. But anyway, I digress. We're at an anchor now. This dude's cool. He's really shiny. I don't know if you can see, but in real life, like, it's looking real shiny right now because the sun finally came out from behind the clouds. Beautiful day, by the way. Whew, y'all, I already made just one lap around. Let me tell you, I am out of shape. Out of shape. We got to work on ourselves, because I cannot be doing these tours with real people in real life, huffing and puffing like I am right now. Literally, I've only walked around one other time to take videos, and I'm just like, I'm done. I am done huffing and puffing. So hopefully on the playback, y'all can't hear my heavy breathing like you usually be doing. And hopefully you can hear me over the wind. It is a windy day today, but it's still just such a lovely day. Now this dude is probably my favorite piece. You want to talk some Transformers? If you want to talk some some interconnecting metallic things, this dude, look at that. Look how cool that is. I gotta take a picture when I come back. Look how cool that is. Do I know what it is? No. Guessing it's a weapon of some sort, but man, the thing looks so daggone cool. It actually looks like it's configured of like a bunch of different robots put together to make one giant war machine. It is super cool looking, and I'm not a nerd. You're a nerd, not me. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap things up here in the middle, because as you can see, if I went that way and followed the path, it would complete the circuit and do a full circle and not end up right back at the beginning where that first cannon was. But I want to give you guys a closer look of the centerpiece here, which, don't ask me what it is, I have no idea. But we got the American flag, the Portsmouth flag, and the good old VA flag. So I appreciate y'all for representing all around. But yeah, this is the last bit of it. As you can see, pretty darn interesting. Pretty darn interesting. But I was right, you can walk the entirety of the park in less than 10 minutes. It's super, super small. And let's go one time under these things. So there's several benches throughout the park as well. Even though it's a small park, you still don't have to worry about being winded. There are plenty of benches around. Now there's no like covered area, as you can see. So I would be wary of coming if there's a chance of rain. I probably wouldn't come to this park because there's no coverage anywhere. But it's still really nice during decent weather, which we're approaching. Oh, it's a compass. This is north. Okay, here we go. So, like I said, I would just be worried about the weather when it comes to going to a park, but that's like any park because it's all outside. But yeah, this is also pretty cool. I like when the sun is out, it's like shaded, but like in shades. How do I say that? Shutters, or I guess. There's just like random spots of light over here when the sun is out. Now we are eastbound. Can you tell I am easily entertained? Let's go south side. Boom. And we're done. And we're back. We are back at the cannon. And I was right. I told y'all it would take me less than 10 minutes to do it, which is great because I had about 30 minutes worth of space left on my phone until it was at absolute maximum capacity. So I'll actually be able to post this within a decent amount of time, hopefully, and start taking some stuff off this phone. But here we are at the beginning/end of our walk at Fort Nelson Park in Portsmouth, Virginia. I'll give you guys one little 180 before we sign off. And I hope you guys are having a beautiful one. And 3, 2, 1. Actually, let's do a 360 in 1, 2, 3, 60. Alrighty, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this VA all the way tour at Fort Nelson Park in Portsmouth, Virginia. So if you're by High Street or anything, it's still walkable to get there. Now, some of the street lights don't work. I think there's one that didn't work, so I was waiting for a while. But Portsmouth, you might have to work on the street light situation so that we can walk here safely. But besides that, it was pretty easy to walk here. And there was a sidewalk the entire way here from High Street. So that's really convenient, and I appreciated that. But like I said, I really hope you guys enjoy this VA all the way tour of a little bit more of Hampton Roads, a little bit more of VA, so that you guys can get a fuller picture of what it's like. Because I know sometimes on social media, all the glitz and the glam and the cuts and the music and everything kind of makes it look like what it's not actually. This is the real world of what it's like, not what it's like, not what it's not, but like what it's like. So I hope you guys get a better understanding as to just what it's like to just love living here and see it for what it is, and still just love it for exactly what it is, and meeting VA where it is right here, and to really just try to embody what it means when we say Virginia is for lovers. So I hope you guys had a wonderful, beautiful, blessed one. Until next way, I'm out of practice. Until next time, this has been another VA all the way tour. This is Denny and Virginia signing out. Until next time, Denny out.